What is the statement? Construct a 5 to 32 line decoder with 4 3 to 8 line decoders with enable and 1 2 to 4 line decoder, and use the block diagram similar to figure 2.3. What actually is figure 2.3? It talks about the concept of the decoder expansion. Earlier we have talked about the decoder expansion. Which one is that diagram? Figure 2.3. This is basically figure 2.3. It is the abstract diagram of 3 to 8 line decoder. I already explained you how the 3 to 8 line decoder can be constructed with the help of the two available 2:4 size decoder. So this way it may be constructed. Whichever is the most significant bit, this is the most significant, least significant bit. No, this is most significant bit, A2, because how the number will be written? All the inputs are A0, A1, A2. So how will it be written? A0 on right side, then A1, then A2. So extreme left side bit is to be termed as the most significant bit. So most significant bit works as an enable signal. I told you and earlier that one bit, whenever value of enable is, it's enable, its value will either be 0 or 1. In case it is 0, then this the upper decoder will be functional, and whenever the value of A2 will be 1, then lower decoder will be activated. So this way it will be treated as the 3 to 8 decoder, which is composed of 2:4 size decoder, and its behavior is exhibited by the truth table. Though I have explained the same concept in detail in the previous recorded lecture, and just refer to its truth table that basically will exhibit its behavior, how actually it is going to work. Here the table is, I am not being able to view its table. Let me see where it is there, but I have already provided you the PPT in which already there is a table corresponding to this expanded form of the decoder 3 to 8, which is constructed with the help of the two available 2:4 decoder. So then let me open my PPT in order to show you the truth table of this 3 to 8 decoder, though I already had shared the PPT with you. Let me open it because I'm not being able to find out here. So I'm opening the PPT of chapter 2. Specifically, the decoder size 3 to 8, whenever it talks about the expansion of the decoder. Yes. Constructed of using 2:4 size decoder, and its most significant bit is working as the enable signal. And whenever its value most significant, the value of this most significant is 0, then upper decoder is enabled, else the lower decoder is enabled. So in a way, it is going to produce 8 number of combinations of the output values with the help of the available 3 input. So the way it is working in a way as earlier, the 3 to 8 size decoder was working. The simple 3 to 8 size decoder was working. Like this was the diagram earlier we had done. This is the 3 to 8 size decoder. If we do have 3 input lines, how many number of combinations, output combinations will be generated? 2 raised to power 3. That means 8 number of decoders at the most. It is going to generate at the most 8 number of combinations. So as per a different combination corresponding to a different combination of a minterm, there will be a different value of a output value. There will be a different output value. Like if it is 0001, output will be D0 will be activated. Then in this, for the second combination, D1 will be activated. For the next combination, D2 will be activated. So on, right? So functionality, same kind of the functionality has been achieved with the help of this expanded form of the decoder also, which is composed of the 2:4 size decoder. That we do have the 3 input lines, and it's going to generate 2 raised to power 3. That means total 8 number of output lines. Now its behavior is exhibited with the, yes please.
Ma'am, enable line एक ही होती है या it can be many?
See, it all depends on the designing concepts adopted by a soft hardware engineers. Generally, it is single, but it may be one or more as well. Different combinations of that enable line may also work, right? It all depends that how many selections are that how many at the moment the chips are to be selected. Okay, accordingly, the number of enable lines are framed, but in general, it is
मैम
one only.
मैम वन क्वेश्चन, मेरा भी एक क्वेश्चन है मैम।
Hi.
मैम जैसे यहाँ पर डिकोडर जैसे यहाँ पर 8 है और यहाँ पर मेन 3 स्विच है, तो टू टू
Ek
द
minute,
पावर
just hold
3
on.
कर।
Just repeat, please. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold. हाँ, please. Now repeat the question.
मैम यहाँ पर
Beta,
जैसे
repeat the
डिकोडर,
question.
मैम जैसे यहाँ पर डिकोडर का नंबर मैम 8 है और मेन स्विच का नंबर 3 है, तो सिंस 2 टू द पावर 3 इक्वल टू 8 होता है,
Yes,
क्या
yes,
उसी के कारण डिकोडर उतने हैं 8?
yes, yes. Of course. Always, it is there. There is a constraint that always, if n number of input variables are there, then always it will be able to generate 2 raised to n number of output values, output lines.
ओके
So it
मैम,
is
थैंक यू।
restricted to that size only in the raised to the power of the 2 only. Okay. So because here we do have the 3 input lines, this is the only reason that it is going to, this is the standard size. This is the standard way that how the decoder are to be generated. And the application of the decoder will be 3 to 8 size octals or series, and or you may call it as 4 is to 16 size hexadecimal series. So those are accomplished with the help of those kind of the chips which are called as a decoder only. Okay. Now we are going to talk about your expanded expansion. We were talking about the expansion of the expanded form of the decoder. That 3:8 decoder was constructed with the help of the two available 2:4 size decoder के लिए, when we are going to talk about in terms of its truth table. Now, where is its truth table? Yes, actually the same kind of the truth table will work. No new kind of a truth table will not be there, as the 3 input variables will be same. We are saying that its more significant bit is being made to work as an enable signal. Okay. So its value, generally what are the combinations? 000, 0001. Again, with the help of the 3 bits you will be having how many number of combinations? 8 number of combinations you will be having. And for the first 4 combinations, A2 is having its value as 000, all zeros. And for the next 4 combinations, it is having all its value as 1111. So for as and when, so far as the value of A naught is 0, that is accomplished with by inputting a inverter gate here after the A2. So it is connected, its inverted value is converted to the upper decoder. As why? Because this 000 is there on the upper side only in the 4 combinations, and we are saying that it's in that case it's going to generate the 4 kind of the decoder values: D0, D1, D2, D3. And it's whereas A2 is 111, so it directly is connected with your next decoder. In that case, it will be generating the 4 combinations of next 4 output values. Which of output values that's going to generate in that case? D4, D5, D6, D7. Of its own, you can divide this part in 2 parts. The truth table you can divide in 2 parts. So upper part of the min terms is going to uh, compose your device your upper decoder, which will facilitate you to generate these output values D0, D1, D2, D3, and the lower part of the for min terms, the 4 min terms will facilitate to generate the lower part of your decoder, which will be generating, producing the output values as D4, D5, D6, D7. Right. So this kind of a basically connections you have to this kind of the connectivity you have to achieve, and the same connectivity is to be exhibited by the truth table. The characteristic, basically the behavior of that connected diagram, the connected, you may call it as a combinational circuit, is exhibited by the truth table. Okay. So similarly, whenever we talk about, we are going to talk as an if we talk about that question from the back exercise, specifically the question number 2.3, again it is based on the similar kind of the concept. It is also going to talk about the decoder expansion. But now here the size of the decoder, the bigger size of the decoder is different, as well as which is composed of a 2 or more small size decoders, that is again different. Like this is the statement, construct a 5 to 32 line decoder. So how many input lines are there, which of the decoder which has to be constructed? 5 input lines are there. So 5 input lines means obviously how many number of output lines will be there? 2 raised to power 5. 2 raised to 5 means 32 number of decoders outputs, decoder outputs will be generated. Now it has to be, this has to be expanded by, or this has to be made, designed, this size decoder 5 to 32 line decoder with four number of 3 to 8 line decoders have to be connected with each other, with enable signal is also to be used, and 1 2 to 4 line decoder. Means in total these 4 decoders are required in order to make it work as the decoder of the size 5 to 38 2 line decoder. Means in a simpler manner also it could have been constructed, because sometimes it's not necessary that always those kind of the hardware equipments are available, hardware pins are available, but sometimes the smaller size decoders are available with the hardware engineers. So by connecting those kind of the smaller size decoders, the functionality of the bigger size decoder can also be achieved. So how can it be achieved? That we have to show in this question. Question number 2.3. Like, you can view its diagram. Ultimately, what is coming out in front of you? You do have how many number of input lines? 5 input lines, that is desired otherwise in the question itself. And how many output lines need to be generated? 2 raised to power 5 means 32 output lines. Fine. So how many intermediately, how many decoders have to be used? 4 decoder of the size 3:8 and the 1 decoder of the size 2:4 has to be used in order to construct a bigger size decoder of the size 5:8. That is basically stated in your given statement. Again I am going to read this statement. Construct a 5 to 8 32 line decoder that ultimately has to be constructed, in which the 5 input lines are desirable and 32 lines as the output lines are desirable. And intermediately, how many 3:8 line decoders need to be used? 4 3:8 line decoders need to be used, as well as as well as 1 2:4 line decoder also has to be used in order to construct a bigger size. Which bigger size decoder? 5 to 32 line decoder. So how will it be constructed? Basically, if we talk about the smaller size, you don't have to draw its logic circuit diagram. You have to draw only its abstract diagram. This is called as the abstract diagram, where you only going to show its outer details. You are not going into its inner details. And like 4 decoder of the size 3:8 have to be used. So what this is one 3:8 decoder. This is another 3:8 decoder. This is another 3:8 decoder, and moreover, this is another 3:8 decoder. and how many lines are coming in it? Basically, what is the behavior of 3:8 decoder? That will remain same. It will accept the 3 input values, and it will be able to generate 8 output lines, right? So with the help of this, what it will do? Three lines, 3 least significant bits of these input variables are being connected to the very first decoder, second decoder, third decoder, and fourth decoder in a similar manner, or A0, A1, A2. So all these are connected with all these 3 lines, input lines of 3:8 decoder, right? And ultimately, it will be generating the 8 combinations of the output values, which are 8 output values. It will be able to generate D0 to D7. We'll say that these are the 8 output values which are being obtained from the very first decoder. Next 8 output values are being obtained from the next 3:8 size decoder. Similarly, because this is the kind of a notation to represent these odd 8 lines, because otherwise 8 lines explicitly you would have drawn, 8 pins you would have shown, 8 horizontal lines you would have shown, or what is another way that you simply draw one line and diagonally place a small line over it, so that will represent, and write a number over it, so that will represent your 8 number of lines. 8 number of lines corresponding to the 8 output values D0 to D7. So it will be able to generate your 8 output values from D0 to D7. Again, next decoder, small decoder, will be able to generate your 8 output values from 8 to 15. Then similarly, the next decoder will be able to generate next 8 output values from 16 to 23. And as well, the next decoder will be able to generate your next 8 remaining 8 output values from 21 to 31. Hence, this way the entire decoder is being able to generate 32 output lines, and initially it began with the 5 input lines in total. So this is the way that how what actually is given in the problem to be achieved. Construct a 5 to 32 line decoder. This way it is going to work as the 5 to 32 line decoder. So it's a 3 bits, 3 input lines are being used as the inputs, are being connected with the input lines of all these 3 to 8 decoder, and the remaining 2 lines are being used, are going into the input lines of your 2 to 4 decoder, that ultimately will generate the 4 output values, and those 4 output values will select one decoder at the moment, and will activate one decoder at, will enable one decoder at one moment. With whenever the output value is 0, that means it is connected to the enable signal of first decoder. Then its value, output value is 1, it is connected to the enable signal of the second decoder. Whenever its value is 3, then it is connected to the output value of the next decoder. Right? So this way, basically, this way only the diagram has been drawn for the combinational circuit or the decoder of the size 32 into 5 into 32 size decoder. Right? So decoder, this how this decoder will work. With the help of the 2 input lines, it will be able to generate 4 number of combinations. For the detailed diagram, we already have discussed of this 2 to 4 decoder. Detailed diagram of 3 to 8 decoder we already have discussed. So if once we are giving its abstract diagram means it, but it means its behavior will remain the same as exhibited by its logic circuit diagram or as exhibited by its truth table. Right? So this is the way you will be able to construct the 5 to 32 line size decoder with the help of available 4 3 to 8 decoders as well as 1 2 to 4 decoder. Now we switch to the next question. Yes, please.
मैम इन केस मैम यहाँ तो हमें गिवन है जैसे कि 4 3 2 8 यूज करना है, अगर ये हमें गिवन ही ना होता तो हाउ विल वी डिसाइड कि कौन सा डिकोडर कितने टाइम्स यूज करना है, मतलब व्हाट्स द स्ट्रैटेजी फॉर
बेटा
दैट?
आपको जनरली गिवन ही होगा
मैम, बट
और
इन
जो
केस
फिजिबिलिटी होगी, मेरी बात सुनो, जो फिजिबिलिटी होगी ऑब्टेन करने की, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि आपका every time you will be able to construct with any size of smaller size of decoder. Every time you will be able to expand a bigger decoder with the help of the smaller size decoders. Like some kind of the compatibility should also be there. Compatibility in the sense that कि आपका connectivity हो पाए. Like if we talk about in this case, इसमें आपकी compatibility है. कैसे compatibility है कि आपके 3 bits को connect किया जा रहा है with the 3 to 8 line decoder, because 3 to 8 line में ही essential, it is essential है कि इसमें 3 input ही use होंगे. So somehow it is being adjusted कि आप इसके 3, अगर ये इसका different size होता, like it would have been the size of say ये 5 is to 32 size decoder, अगर आपका 6 is to 2 raised by 6 64 size decoder होता, और आपके क्या होते हैं available decoders इतने ही होते, say then you will have to think in that terms कि आपकी availability अगर given नहीं है तो you can by hit and trial method you can think of कि only these decoders only may be used in order to, because due to the compatibility, due to the essential compatibility in the smaller size and the bigger size decoder, only those many decoders only can be used in order to construct that kind of a decoder. Only you, by the observation only, you will be able to identify that how many desirable number of smaller decoders will be used. Accordingly you will think of, right? Like here in this case आपने क्या किया, 4 decoders को high size decoder किया, but it is essential to make use of 2 to 4 size decoder also in order to select one decoder at the moment. Yes, please, beta.
And how do we obtain these D values? Like for instance, this D0 minus D7. How do we obtain
beta, it's
it?
not, listen beta, it is not the minus sign, it is a range. Range means it is beginning from D0 and it is going up to D7, it means it's going to generate 8 output values. You would have written this way also, like you would have draw the this way also diagram. I told you that let me use a whiteboard. Just hold on. It's not the minus sign. Do remember this thing. Like this is the let me make use of whiteboard. This is a way to draw the this is kind of a notation, graphical notation, to represent the multiple pins at the moment. Okay. Just hold on. Just hold on. I'm showing the, I'm explaining it that what is the meaning of this notation basically. I'm opening the whiteboard. So again, I'm repeating, it's not a minus sign, it's a range only, range of the output values. Existing frame. I will have, so by that time, I think whichever is the free space, chalo, it's done now. And it's a notation only, like here we are going to talk about the smaller size decoder of the size, smaller size decoders of the size 3:8. I'm saying 3:8 means 8 input lines will come inside. 3 input lines will come in and 8 output lines. Either you would have written in this manner, 8 lines you would have shown this way, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You would have written as D0. The first decoder line will be, first output decoder line will be D0. This will be D1 and so on, right? And so on basically. And the last one will be D7. Or you would have written, because here we are going to talk about the output values at 32. Those are too many output lines. So that is why it's not every time feasible to draw each and every line corresponding to each and every decoder. Means it would have become very complex diagram. If you would have drawn the 8 lines for 3:8 decoder, you would have drawn 8 lines for next decoder. Similarly for the next decoder. So in order to avoid the complexity, what we are doing basically, we are directly using the graphical notation, the brief graphical notation, in order to represent these 8-put line in a single go. Single go means, what is the other option that, like in this decoder, I'm going to write down. So write down single line, and then as it has been placed here, this vertical, this diagonal line over it, you will have to make use of the one small diagonal line. Diagonal line, now it will represent how many number of lines? 8 number of lines. And what is the range? You could have written in this first decoder D0 to D7, and here in this case you could have write down again, it's going to generate your 8 next output values. What are those 8 next values? From starting from 8 to D8 to D15. I hope you got this concept. Now should I switch to the next question?
Ma'am?
Right?
Yes, got
Yes,
it.
please.
I got it.
मैम
हाँ बेटा, ये
मैम ये जो डायगोनल लाइन है ये 8 लाइंस को रिप्रेजेंट करता है
8 lines. Yes, yes.
तो अगर हमको 2x4 डिकोडर में जैसे 4 आउटपुट लाइंस है तो उनको अगर कंबाइन
You
करना हो तो
you would have written a 4 in place of this 8, and you would have written D0 to D3.
हाँ,
Is that okay?
Okay.
ठीक है. But as far as the diagram is small, so better make a habit of drawing all the lines explicitly. But if the diagram is large in size, like a lot of number of lines are there, large number of lines, like 32 output lines are there. So in order to avoid the complexity, this kind of a notation has been used. Is that clear now? Now I
Okay.
am switching to the next question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next is this is the question that I have given you in your assignment. Construct a 16 to 1 line multiplexer with 2 8 to 1 line multiplexers and 1 2 2 line multiplexer. Use block diagrams for the 3 multiplexer. Again, it's a kind of expansion that we are going to talk about. That a bigger size multiplexer is expanded with the expanded with the help of the available 2 smaller size multiplexers. Similar kind of a concept will be used, but rather here in this case we are going to talk about the concept of multiplexer in place of your decoder. Again, you can refer to the solution if you want. Question number 2.7. So this kind of a diagram has been used in order to obtain your expanded form of the multiplexer. Expanded form of the multiplexer of the size. How many input lines are desired in this case? It is 16 input lines and one output line. I told you the difference in decoder and multiplexer in the last class, that always in case of a multiplexer, that 2 raised to power n number of pins will be there. Input pins will be there. Always the input lines again will be in the terms of the raised to the power 2 raised to power n, and one output line it will be generated, and 2 raised to power n means n will specify the number of select pins here in this case. Select pins. This is the. So how many input lines are there? How many input lines? It's given that 16 input lines and always one output lines will come out of the final this multiplexer. Means what kind of a multiplexer size we need to have? Ultimately we need to generate this kind of a multiplexer. We need to generate ultimately this kind of a diagram we need to achieve. That's simple. This is a multiplexer. How many input lines will be there? As per the given statement, 16 input lines are there. Again, I'm reading out. See, 2.7. Construct a 16 to 1 line multiplexer. So how many input lines are needed? 16 input lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on till this one. So all these will be denoted by input lines will be 2 I raised to power 0, I raised to power I not I1 not raised to the power I1, and at last it will be I15. So what is the size of the decoder? It is 16 into 1. This is the size of the decoder. 16 input lines and one output line. So this kind of a decoder we need to achieve always. And always whenever we are going to talk about the decoder multiplexer, always we are going to talk about the select pins as well. I explained you in the last lecture in the whenever we started with the discussing the second chapter and started discussing the difference between decoder and multiplexer. You can refer to my previous recorded lecture for it. So if you are going to talk about the input lines in the multiplexer, then there will be some select pins as well, and number of select pins always will be the value of n. Means here we are having how many number of input lines? We are having 16. 16 always will be in terms of the raised to the power 2. Always you need to convert it into the raised to power 2. So it will be 2 raised to power 4. So how many select pins are needed? So 4 select pins are required in order to construct your multiplexer. If the size of the multiplexer would have been 4:1, it would have been 4:1, then how many select pins would have been needed in that case? Like 4:1. Then in that case, again convert this number in raised to the power 2. 2 raised to the power 2 means 2 select pins would have been needed in order to. Because what actually we are doing in case of a multiplexer, only one output value is coming out. Always one of the value from this given input values is chosen and redirected to the output value. Which value will be chosen, that will be dependent on the combination of the select pins. Like again, I would like to go show you the multiplexer slide that we already had discussed in the last class. I'm going to that just to recall all your concepts, how actually the multiplexer works. Where is the multiplexer? All these are decoder. This decoder we already have talked with. This is a multiplexer. So what is the function of the multiplexer? Multiplexer basically chooses one input value and it redirects it to the output line as the final output value. Means either I0 will be selected or I1 will be selected as the final output value, or I2 will be selected as the final output value, or I3 will be selected as the final output value. And all these, the selection will be dependent on a type of a combination of the select input lines. If value of S0, S1 is 0, 0, 0, then this I0 will be selected and will be redirected as the final output value. Similarly, if the combination of this S0, S1 is 0, 1, in that case I1 will be selected. If its value is 1, 0, then I2 will be selected. If its value is 1, 1, then I3 will be selected and will be redirected as your final output value. So how these number of select pins have been decided? How many number of select pins will be there? It will be dependent on the number of input lines. These input lines will be in terms of the raised to power 2, converted into the raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 2. Whatever is the raised to the power, that will become the number of, that will decide the number of select pins needed in constructing that kind of a multiplexer. Like here in this case, it is 4. So 2 raised to power 2 means the raised to power 2 will work as a number of select pins to be used in constructing your multiplexer. If the size of the multiplexer would have been 8 into 1, so 8 whenever would be converted in terms of 2 raised to power 3. So in that case, 3 number of select pins would have been needed in order to construct your multiplexer. Now I am switching back to the back exercise question that we were discussing, that you have to construct 16 to 1 line multiplexer with 2 8 to 1 line multiplexer and 1 to 2 line multiplexer. Use block diagram for the 3 multiplexers. Means by just looking at your given size of your multiplexer, that is needed 16 to 1 line, you easily can observe that 16 input lines will be there, 1 output lines will be there, and number of pins will be decided whenever you will convert this 16 in terms of 2 raised to the power. It will be 2 raised to the power 4. So that means number of select pins will be needed as 4. Now further we come to its smaller parts, internal parts. How it is to be constructed? That in this case we have to make use of 2 8 to 1 line multiplexer, as well as in addition to this we have to make use of 2 to 1 line multiplexer in order to construct a bigger size multiplexer of the size 16 to 1. Now we can refer to this solved part. This question was, this is a like. Now we come to the start constructing the multiplexer. First of all, you basically have to make use of at the internal level, intermediate level, how many smaller size multiplexers you need to make use of. As per the given statement, you have to make use of 2 smaller size of the size 8 into 1 multiplexer, 8 into 1 multiplexer, as well as you have to make use of 1 smaller size multiplexer of the size 2 into 4, right? So so from the intermediate details we can start with that in 8 to 1 size multiplexer, how many input lines are being used? 8 lines, 8 input lines, right? 2 raised to power 8, 8 lines are being used. And what output value will come out of it? 1 output value as per the nature of the multiplexer, as per the functionality performed by the multiplexer. And similarly, if we talk about the second multiplexer, then again 8 inputs are needed. In case of your first multiplexer, the number of inputs will be 0 to 7, and we can, for the next multiplexer, we can call it from number 8, number 9, number 10, and so on till 15. Next 8 inputs are needed, and that again will generate the 1 output value, right? And on the basis of the number of inputs, like 8 inputs are there, how many select pins for this specific multiplexer are needed? 2 raised to power 3 means 3 number of select pins are needed. So its on select pins are S0, S1, S2. Similarly, for this multiplexer also 3 pins are needed due to the reason as 8 number of input lines are there. So 8 whenever it is converted in terms of 2 raised to power 3, so that 3 decides the number of select pins to be needed in constructing this multiplexer. So these 3 pins are needed here in this case, 3 pins are needed here in this case, right? So this part we have constructed basically. Now what else is required? that we need to have, we need to connect one more smaller size multiplexer. That is 2:1. 2:1. What it interprets, that two input lines are needed. So these two input signals are going inside, and which are connected to the output value of the two separate multiplexers. So these two are connected. And now at the moment, which of the multiplexer basically will be used, which of the line will be redirected as the output value, that again we'll need to have a selection pin in this multiplexer also. Whenever this 2 is converted into raised to the power 2 raised to power 1, means only one select pin. Now select pin is working as an enable pin. Earlier in the beginning of the session, you had asked ki ma'am whether single enable pin is used or the more than one enable pin can be used. So you can also relate it to this. Now it is working. Now single pin is working as a single enable pin, but in that case the select pin also are working as your enable pins in order to make the selection of one or more number of chips. Is that okay now? So it's not every time necessary that one enable pin will be used. It may depend on the nature of the problem. It may depend on the requirement of the application. So in this case, only one enable pin will be there. Select pin, you are going to call it as the select pin. So if you go to the outer side multiplexer, what it say as a whole, that what actually we wanted to construct, we wanted to construct a bigger multiplexer of the size 16:1. So outer side, you can view that all 16 inputs are being used here in this. And whenever you are having the 16 input, how many number of selection pins are required? So then in that case, the 4 number of select pins are required. 4 number of select pins are required. That means, so here are the 4 select pins: S0, S1, S2, S3, and this S3 is being connected to the select pin of the smaller size multiplexer, and remaining 3 as desired are connected with the select pins of with these two multiplexer. At one time it is being connected with it, at another time it is being connected it, and which of the output value will be selected, that will be decided by this 2:1 multiplexer. With the help of this select pin, at one moment it will make select this upper side multiplexer. At another time, whenever value of S is 0, then it will do the selection of, it will enable the one multiplexer. Whenever value of S is 1, it will enable the next multiplexer. So this way, this smaller size multiplexers are connected in order to work as your bigger size multiplexer of the size 16:1, right? So this way, this way the multiplexer may be expanded, as well as the decoder. We can talk about the expansion of the decoder also, right? And yes, now you start solving the questions, and few more questions I have done. I'm not going to explain all questions. Some questions I have explained, some questions you try to understand of yourself, and in case you are getting some kind of the problem, you can bring the queries to me. Now I am coming to the lower side of this chapter. That means a few more questions are there that we need to discuss, specifically the question number 19. The following, it's a similar kind of the question as explained in chapter 5. The following memory units are specified by the number of word times the number of bits per word. Means here the memory size is given. I earlier told you that how the memory size is given in the 5th chapter as well. Like this is a part. A part is what is the given memory size? 2k into 16. How will you interpreting this memory size? That 2k number of words are there in a memory, and the size of each and every word is 16. K stands for the kilobyte. Kilobyte means that will be equal to 1024 bytes. Okay. On the basis of this given information, as given in A part, as given in B part, as given in C part, as well as given in D part, all these are the different memory sizes are given. And in exam, you can get this kind of a question of 2 marks each. So following memory units are specified by the number of word times the number of bits per word. Okay, this is A part. I'm going to explain you in a similar manner. You can go for the remaining parts as well. How many address lines and input output data lines are needed in each case? So 2k into 16, 2k will refer to the number of words, 16 will refer to the number of bits in each and every word. So what will be the, by observing this, the size of the memory given in A part, what will be the input output data lines? 16 will be the input output lines, means what will be the size of the data, one and same thing. So 16 will be the size of the data basically. This is the answer to the second part, input output data lines. 16 in this case. In A part, 16 will be the number of input output lines. In B part, 8 will be the number of input output lines. In C part, 32 will be the input output data lines. In D part, 64 will be the number of input output lines. Now the question comes up, what will be the number of address lines? Now this 2k, whenever is converted in terms of the raised to the power 2, whichever is the power of the 2, that will decide the number of address lines. Address lines of the size of the address register. The 2k, k will be equal to 1024. 1024 whenever converted in terms of the raised to power 2, it will be 2 raised to power 10. So 2 into 2 raised to power 10 will be 2 raised to power 11. So 11 will be number of address lines. So this way you will be deciding, you will be solving the question. Question number 19. Right? In A part, you will be converting it in terms of the raised to power 2. So k is always equal to 1024 bytes. So 2 raised to power 10 into 2 raised to power 1, it will become as 2 raised to power 11. So address lines will be 11 and data lines will be 16. Now we come to the next part, 64k into 8. 8 will be your data line straightforward, and for the remaining 64k, k will be converted in terms of 2 raised to power. 64 will be 2 raised to power 6 and k will be 2 raised to power 10. So in total it will be 2 raised to power 16. So 16 will be number of address lines. 16 m into 32, m is a megabyte. 1 megabyte is equal to 1024k. K is 1024 byte. So 1024 into 1024, 2 raised to power 20. And the 16 is 2 raised to power 4. So it will become 2 raised to power 4 into 2 raised to power 20. So in total it will be 2 raised to power 24 into 32. 32 will become as the data lines and 4 will become as the address lines. Next is 4g into 64. G is 1024 into 1024 megabyte. Again 1024 will be converted in terms of your 2 raised to power 10 and 1 megabyte. Earlier it was equivalent to 2 raised to power 20. So 2 raised to power 20 into 2 raised to power 10, it will become 2 raised to power 30, and 4 will be equal to 2 raised to power 2. So in total it will become 2 raised to power 32. So 32 will refer to your address lines. So this way you have to solve the question. Now we come to the question number 20. Specify the number of bytes that can be stored in the memories listed in. Means you have to find out the number of bytes that can be stored in this given capacity, memory capacity. How many number of bytes will be there? You have to convert it in terms of number of bytes. That's it. So regarding the A part, how many number of bytes will be there? 2k into, what was the size? 16. 8 bits comprise your 1 byte. So 16 bits matlab 2 bytes will be there. So 2k, how many number of bytes will be there? K is always 1024 byte. You can 2k into 2, it will be 4k number of bytes. K will be 1024, so 1024 into 4 will be 4096 number of bytes will be there. Right? So memory size is basically represented in terms of bytes. Now next is 64k into 8. This was the size of the memory. 8 represents your 1 byte. 64k will be k will be 1024. So 64 will be 2 raised to power 4 and 1024 will be 2 raised to power. This is 2 raised to power 6. So it will become as 2 raised to power 16 bytes. So in a similar manner, you have to solve the remaining parts. Now we come to the next question. Question number 21. How many 128 into 8 memory chips are needed to provide a memory capacity of 4096 into 16? Means you are given the total memory and you are given a smaller size of a memory chip. You have been asked that how many such kind of the smaller memory chips may be constructed with the help of the given size of the memory. So you need to divide this total memory size by the smaller memory size of a chip in order to get the number of chips. This is your question number 21. So this is question number 21. You need to divide the total memory size by the smaller size of memory size of the smaller chip in order to get total number of chips. So in total it will give you 64 number of chips. So this way you have to solve that question. And then question number 23 also I have given. A ROM chip of 4096 into 8 bits has 2 enable inputs and operates from a 5-volt power supply. How many pins are needed for the integrated circuit package? Draw a block diagram and label all input output terminals in the ROM. Like this kind of a block diagram you are supposed to draw, a very small simple diagram. The blocks abstract diagram or block diagram is one and same thing. Like this kind of a small diagram you need to draw. Like this is a simple diagram you have to draw, right? And this is the diagram of this chip, which is mentioned in your question number 23. 4096 into 8 bit size. 4096 into 8. So 4096. What is the size? 4096 into 8. So on the basis of the given size, you need to identify how many number of input bits will be there, how many number of output bits will be there, output lines will be there. So output lines will be basically 8. Data lines, those are called as your data lines. And 4096 will specify whenever it will be converted in terms of 2 raised to power. So that raised to the power will decide the number of address bits I told you earlier. So this way you will be able to identify the number of address bits, number of input output lines. So 8 will be input out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are your 8 input lines. 8. So these are your 8 input output lines. You can write down 8 IO lines. You can write it down as 8 input output lines. Right? And how many address line? Whenever this 4096 is converted into the 2 raised to power, so it will become as your the address lines. It is just hold on. 8 output lines will be there, and it is saying how many input lines in the sense that address lines it is going to talk about. It will be 2 raised to power 12. So it will be 2 raised to power 12 address lines. On the basis of that, so in total we have to basically, it is calling it as a 8 output lines, and this 4096 is 1024 into 2 will comes out to be 4096, and into 4 1096 into 4 4096. Whenever it converted in raised to the power 2, then it will come out as your, it will become as your how many lines total? 12 lines. This will be means 2 raised to power 12 will come out to be 4096. So you may say that 12 bits are being used for your address lines. Here you have to draw or one line, and then vertical, then diagonal line you can mark, and then you can write down 12 instead of making down all 12 lines. In that case also you would have constructed your you could have shown the address lines. So 12 address lines are being used plus 8 input output lines are being used. So this kind of an abstract diagram you have to draw as well. And what other hint has been given? The other hint has been given, like in the given question, it is given as 2 enable inputs. 2 lines are used for the 2 pins are used as an enable input. 2. Earlier you were talking about more than 1 enable pin can be there or not. Also you can view here that 2 enable pins are being used. So here in this case 2 enable pins. Ultimately what you have to show, you have to explain how many total number of pins are required in order to construct such kind of a chip. So those many pins basically we are going to count. And next, what else is given there? To enable and operates from the 5-volt power supply. And power for in order to supply the 5 volt 2 pins again are needed for that. Say it is written there, 2 pins are needed for supplying your 5 volt. So it is standard. So for 2 pins are needed for supplying your 5 volt power supply. So in total, it comes out to be 24 pins in total are needed in order to construct such kind of a chip. So simply you can draw those pins as well. How many pins? 12 input lines. These are 12. These are total input lines, right? 12 pins you can mark here, and 8 pins you already have marked. 2 enable pin you can mark here. Similarly, more 2 pins are you can show here to supply of the 5 power volt. So here you can mention 5 power volt is just hold on, and the remaining 2 pins are needed. Those will work as your enable signal, right? So this way you are being able to draw the abstract diagram or the block diagram of this kind of the chip as it is being asked. And similarly, you need to mention the number of pins needed in order to construct that kind of a diagram, right? So this way basically you have to construct, you have to solve this question as and when it is given.
Ma'am,